Ramon, thanks for
Yeah.
joining us tonight.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for having me.
Of course, man. This is Nicky. He's one of my oldest friends, and we do Paliwanag together.
Right.
Nice to meet you,
Uh,
man. Thanks
so,
for being here.
so yeah, to get things going, why don't you tell us like a TLDR or a summary of who you are from who you were before to who you are now? Just like whatever you're
Okay.
comfortable sharing.
So, what do I do?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
I want, when I want, with whom I want. That sums it up.
But
I
And
fly airplanes once in a while. I like to cook, you know, and I treasure good conversation. It's a dying art.
it is. It is a dying art. So I'm
It
curious,
is.
Ramon. Like, I mean, Snaps told me a bit about you, but like, what got you into cooking and flying airplanes?
Well, as a young boy, I was allowed to get into an active cockpit of a Back 11, and ever since then, I've been wanting to fly myself. And recently, I've been able to pursue the passion. When it comes to food, well, I basically grew up in the Lola's kitchen. So if you want to eat well, you gotta cook it yourself.
For sure. What do you remember about like your childhood? Like, what dishes stand out? Like, what makes you what's comfort
Dishes
food
stand
for
out.
you?
Oh, okay. My tita would always have like a good piece of beef steak and mashed potatoes for a special occasion. They'd occasionally make roast chicken. And we grew up with a lot of ersatz recipes, like the kalyos would have hot dogs. And it was only later in life I realized that, we were trying to get by back then. I mean, I come from a family of doctors, but back then they were still training to be doctors. So we had property, but we didn't really have that much to go around. We had to make do with, recipes.
And how has that evolved? I'm curious about the evolution of your relationship with food. Like now that you're older compared to when you were young.
Oh, well, these days, well, you gotta watch your weight. So it's become more higher quality, lower quantity. Whereas when we were younger, it was decent quality, but more quantity. So now, I mean, you could have a piece of foie gras once in a while, but that's your dinner already. With a little salad, that's your dinner already. These days, it's more quality over quantity.
I like that. I
Scotch
like
over
that.
beer. Scotch over beer.
Yeah, scotch and then beer.
I remember. Oh, I remember, pare. Yeah, that was how we would do it. We would like drink a lot, man, and like we
Oh
good
yeah,
times, really good times.
good times for sure.
No, it's good to indulge. Like I mean, I think I agreed about like as you get older, it's not about the, like trying like different. I mean, it is about the quality talaga. And
Well, no, because well, the resources allow for it, and we lived our lives in such a way that our expenses are kept really low. It's just me and my wife and the dog. We're not gonna have kids. I mean, why miss out on the better things?
I agree. I agree. So what's life like now? Are you still in Dipolog now?
No, I'm in Clark. I'm in Clark because the airport's here and the airplanes are here, and um we got a condo here in a golf resort. It's it fits it suits us really well. It's just the two of us. We got a big lake right in front of the house, and right in front of the building. And you live inside the base. You don't pay a lot in taxes. So
Yeah,
electricity, no taxes. Water, no taxes.
Wow.
Property, no taxes.
yeah.
And I like it like that.
No, that's amazing.
Freeport, di ba? Freeport. Is it a Freeport? It's
Yes,
like a,
correct.
special
It is a
economic
free port.
zone. Yeah.
It is a special economic zone. It is a free port. And if you are a locator, I'm not a locator, but if you are a locator, you're given even more tax breaks for
Yep.
your business.
Exactly.
And what made you I guess like what's life like there now? I mean during this pandemic.
Actually, it's great because it's not crowded. So sometimes I have the whole parade grounds to myself. This was a few months earlier. Right now, the people are beginning to come back, which is also
Bumabalik na.
good for the economy of the Freeport.
Of
So the
course.
restaurants are open, the bars are open. I'm sure the prostitutes are out there.
You know, that's the thing about people. They think that they're in control, but we're not. You know,
Uh,
there's this divine plan happening.
Wow, that's a very
uh,
sarcastic way of saying divine plan, Nikki. Yeah.
It's true though. It's
sure,
true.
why not? Sure,
It's
why not?
true.
But to a certain extent, we are in command. Like,
We have
to
free
make us
will.
there.
We have free
Yeah, of
will.
course.
Yeah.
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 But I
Yeah.
mean, I guess all of us agree as well on causality. So parang, di ba? Cause and effect. So parang, even if it is a divine plan, if it is the system, because the universe, it can be so
Oh,
many things, di ba? So parang,
but so
uh,
far, the so-called divine plan, I'm not a subscriber because
yeah, yeah, I know.
I'm more of this is all random,
Mm.
and
Yeah,
it
yeah.
just so happened that some of the molecules came together and became me for a
Primordial soup.
while.
Yeah, primordial soup.
Could be that, and then to say kasi it's a plan requires a planner,
That's true. That's true.
and where did the planner come from? Anyway, we're
Yeah.
not gonna get into that because that's never ending.
Yeah,
It is a
it's a
never
deep
it's a
rabbit
never
hole.
ending
Yeah.
debate. That is true.
Tayong tatlo pa patay,
That is true. That
Right,
is
sigurado.
true.
right.
So what do you believe in? Like what are your I guess like you believe in the randomness of things, but like
Uh,
nowadays, like what's been on your mind? Like I mean, not trivial stuff, but like something more
well,
philosophical. Like what's been gnawing at you?
massive paper losses in the stock market.
Okay. Okay, okay.
No, it's paper losses. Nothing really. I mean, um, gnawing at me, nothing. I'm very relaxed. Very few things bother me these days. I mean, if somebody messes with the car, or I just cleaned it and it ends up dirty because somebody threw noodles over their balcony, that can be a thing. The field commander
Yeah.
will show up here. But beyond that, and even that was an overreaction on my part. I mean, but you want to have nice things and keep
Yeah.
things nice. But I really can't say, Nikki, if I could answer that to. I mean, nothing really right now, huh?
Yeah,
Thankfully.
yeah, yeah. No, that's great. That's great. And what makes you happy these days? That's I'm curious about that. Or makes
Well, my
you
wife just.
joyful.
Oh, well, the life that I live right now is basically a dream for me, and to honestly be able to answer to the never-ending questions of what do you do is what I want, when I want, with whom I want,
Yeah.
truthfully.
No, that you have
Yeah.
the freedom. That's a gift. Not everyone has that.
Right, right, right,
Right
and
here. Right here.
I'm able
No freedom.
to. Well, you chose your path, but
Yeah.
you're
I
having
know.
you're having the time of your life. I know.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know most of the story, diba? It's just the last few years that we haven't really seen each other. But
Uh, I haven't gotten it from the horse's mouth, so it's all secondhand. And frankly, I don't care.
yeah, man.
I mean,
So I
as
like
long as we
about you.
can keep in touch. And I mean, your ex-wife still comes to our place. She brings her new flame,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. Of course. Yeah. It's a good restaurant, diba? I mean, why would you not go back there, right? You were in the
I
area.
sure hope so. I sure hope so.
I gotta try it,
So
man. One of these days.
come to the Polog one of these, or you come here and I'll cook for you because I don't
Yeah, that's
even cook
more
for the.
fun. I think if we go there, mas
You come
masaya
to
yun.
Clark. You come to
Pwede,
Clark.
pwede, pwede.
Mas
Because
masaya,
at
mas
least you
masaya.
get the real. I mean, it's actually me. There, it's just the tao. Eh. I
Well,
mean,
Snap will have to pick me up because he has a pass
uh,
in La Union. Then bring me back to Clark. Then bring me back to La Union
okay. Where are you? San Fernando, La Union?
in San Juan or
Where's that?
Bistondo by the surfing area. Right next to San
Oh,
Fernando lang. Right next lang.
oh, oh, yeah, I land in that airport
Yeah,
in
there's
San
an airport.
Fernando, and I'm visual with that parang Greek thing.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So I land in that airport once in a while.
Nice, 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 nice. So I'm curious,
Yeah,
Ramon,
we could put
what
you up on an
oh,
airplane.
yun pala eh. Yun pala, yun.
Yeah, we could do that. I'm
Yeah,
not
so
gonna bring you back though.
no, it's okay. Snap will bring me back.
Okay.
So he'll leave the car in Clark, ride the plane with you,
Right.
and then we'll
Yeah.
figure out a way back
We
to
go back
Clark. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
together.
He'll have to figure.
Yeah,
Actually,
we
no. He'll
solved
go
that
back. He'll
part.
fly back. Yeah, there. See, it's solved.
Of
Snap. You can't
course,
say no
because it's
anymore.
hangared here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You let me know because my friend, we had a friend who was a PA-24 and it can seat 4 people. A very short flight kasi we go
Yeah, yeah.
straight to Lingayen and then follow the coastline, land in San Fernando, La Union.
So I know nothing about like like planes and stuff. So what's it? What kind of skills do you need to be a pilot? I'm curious. Like what's
You know
difficult? What's
what? The
easy?
truth is, you need to be a really good listener because the
Okay.
flying part is mechanical. And as long as you understand the physics, as long as you understand the effects of controls, and you're the type who's able to stay calm in all situations, you'll be all right. But if you cannot hear what's happening around you, you don't have a clear mental picture of where everybody else is. And when you're trying to enter an aerodrome like Lingayen, it's chaos there. You only are supposed to have 4 airplanes in the pattern. There you have 6, sometimes 7 airplanes in the pattern.
Wow.
And it's all so there are many mistakes that can happen. Keep on telling everybody else where you are, while at the same time listening at where they're reporting they are. So that's the challenge. It's the talking and the listening. The flying part is easy. If you're alone, doesn't matter. You don't care. You can go anywhere. But if you're working in a busy airspace like Clark, so sometimes you're already on downwind, you want to turn base into final, but then there's a big one coming on the big runway, so
Yeah.
they'll extend your
Tired.
downwind, so you will follow the big one. You don't go ahead of it because it will trigger the TCAS, and then that's gonna be an incident. And then the the pilot of the big plane will yell at the tower and say, "Oh, the student was flying too near our aircraft. Do we have to?" Yes, things like that.
Oh wow, that sounds so scary. Like
Not
air
not that
traffic,
scary.
air traffic.
Air traffic, and they're
Yeah,
large
insane.
aircraft, so you can see them. But you have to give them a big berth because if you get caught in the turbulence, you're a 152 Cessna at 1,670
Oh man,
pounds.
you're gonna no,
Well, they
scared.
will. Yeah, you'll be like a leaf in the wind.
Oh
Yeah,
my
so the
god.
tower makes sure there's ample separation. But it's your primary responsibility. You're in command of the aircraft.
Well, what makes it? Is there a high when you fly? Like I mean, like a stoke
After,
after.
when you land safely and you're able to add your hours and you're able to improve your airmanship, it's then that you feel it. While you're up there, you're very busy. You're very busy because these things don't have autopilot. These things have broken fuel gauges. These things have, they're really old. They're older than I am.
Oh wow.
So, and you're very busy because you can trim the aircraft so it's stable, but the winds will carry you. So you have to keep on correcting. And not only that, you need to be sure of your exact position at any time because you can be asked request position and you must be able to answer accurately.
So bawal sabog.
Bawal.
Yeah. Bawal, bawal.
No,
Oo,
bawal.
Yeah,
oo.
just,
Pag,
just had to ask.
oo.
Just had to
No,
ask.
no. Sure. Oh, we fast from alcohol 24 hours if we are to be in command.
Wow. Wow. Well, I mean that's a you are
The regulations
flying.
only say 8, but it's safer to have a 24-hour fast from alcohol.
But how about like sleeplessness? Like if you're puyat.
Uh, the CAR does not specify how much sleep you need, if I am not mistaken, but it's better to have a full night's sleep. But not too much that you're groggy. You will be able to tell if you're in good condition. Because if you're not in good condition, you will decide to cancel na lang or reschedule. Kasi there's no need to push things.
So between like I'm curious, like between cooking and flying,
Yeah.
which do you
Cooking is
enjoy?
lifetime. Cooking is
Yeah.
lifetime because you need to eat all your life. Flying, this
Yeah.
is just bucket list thing. I'm pretty much done with it. It's an expensive endeavor, and I got already what I want from it. The truth is, I already got. I don't have the private pilot's license yet. I need to do 2 more flights to San Fernando, La Union, and the check ride. But frankly, I'm not too gung ho anymore because I got what I
Mm,
wanted from it.
you
I
did
just
it
wanted to
na.
be able to prove to myself I can take off and land by myself and fly somewhere and come back by myself, which I have done. And really, I'm not into organizations, informal organizations, and getting these documents and those
And
Yeah,
that's
documents.
yeah.
actually true. Ever since even in during Dipolog days, because
Yeah,
so Ramon is the one who would take me firing in Dipolog.
Okay.
Like he
right.
never joined any of the groups. I remember you distinctly saying that na parang you didn't want to like, be partial to one group or
No,
the other.
actually, eventually, I did join both. I
See
did
what I
that.
mean? You joined both.
Yeah, no, I joined both because they invited me. I didn't know they each had a beef with each other, and I'm like, if you're gonna be like that, I'll just stay home.
Diba? Tapos tayo-tayo
Yeah,
na lang, ni na Jeric. Mas masaya
right.
pa tayo.
Exactly.
So what's next? What's it? What are you getting?
Oh,
Are you getting
yeah.
interested
Maybe
in?
if you were to ask me what's snowing at me, is to answer that is what's next, because
Ah,
my life before Clark was just pure travel. If you see my passport, it's puno, but
Yeah.
just Asian countries.
yeah, yeah.
So I live a month in Thailand, another month in Vietnam, another month in Cambodia, and I go to
Sarap,
Iran because I
sarap.
met some Persians who speak Tagalog because they studied dentistry here. So I get along with all types of people, and I like to travel and eat. And but I live in very humble accommodations. I live in 8-bed hostel with 7 other smelly Caucasians, and I don't mind.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
same. Di
Yeah,
ba? Nakisabi
Same here.
sa'yo.
Yeah,
Same
yeah,
vibes
yeah.
talaga eh,
I
di
did the
ba?
same thing.
yeah,
I did that for 3 years. I got back
yeah,
last year.
yeah. Yun,
And
galing,
like
galing.
parang but I like the nomadic lifestyle. I actually want to
I
travel
do.
again. I miss it. I miss it.
Yeah, I do. But this is temporary.
It is, it is. It'll come back. It'll
It is.
become normal
It
again.
will. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So how are you passing the time now though?
Wake up in the morning, take a bike ride, and then if I have no more food in the house, do the groceries. Maybe go to Subic if there's a good deal. I'm a really cheap bastard there. So if I see a sale, I don't care if it's expired. Those things never go bad. If it's
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
it's half off.
Yeah.
I I'll just buy as much as I can fill the car with. I use this one. It's really small, but recently I bought a bigger old car so I could transport more stuff. And the
So
wife is here with the dog.
you can edit this out, Nikki, from on once. But so he is now in a sports car, but he also has an expedition just in
Okay,
case he needs
okay.
to carga stuff.
No, that's for hauling the dog and the dog
Yeah,
cage
solid, di
and
ba?
yeah.
Like couple of months, like a year ago almost maybe, Ramon messaged. He's like, I'm because his first cousins actually live in Cavite Street, which is like 1 block away, right, from our
Yeah,
house.
yeah.
Like less than a block nga eh. Parang half a block lang eh. Isang bahay nga lang yung pagitan. So he shows up in this car and I'm like, holy shit. It's a fucking sports car. and, and
No, it's
like,
the most popular sports car in the
yeah,
world because it's attainable. You don't
and
have
it's
to
good.
stand. Yeah, it's reliable. It's not fast by any measure, but it's fun. Two
For
seats, just
sure.
me and my wife.
Yeah, and track days, diba? You sent me
Oh
photos.
yeah, yeah.
Ganda nun,
I got the
viral.
membership. The first year I got this one, I got the membership, so I could go there every day.
But I like the way your philosophy towards life, to like
Really.
yeah, do what you want, to like live on your own terms.
Uh,
But I'm curious how that started. Like were your parents were the ones who encouraged you or was it something you
no, no,
figured out
no.
as you got older?
No, my father was killed by, we don't know yet, but because he was supporting the communists. My mom is a card-carrying member of the Communist Party of the Philippines. And they wanted me to become a doctor and follow in their footsteps, but I had other plans. So even as a young person, I already had I already decided that I will choose what I want and I'll do what
Mm.
I want. And they were not able to force me into medicine, much less into the Communist Party of the Philippines.
But did you struggle with that though? Was there an internal struggle or
Oh
was
yeah,
it very easy?
oh
No,
yeah.
it was. Okay.
No, we'd had conflicts. We'd have book burnings. We'd have
Kwento mo yung piano, bro. Kwento mo yung piano.
oh yeah, set fire to a piano because I just went crazy one time.
Di ba? Nikki
Just
solid.
pulled everything outside of the house and felt like everything had such a bad feeling about them. So I just
Yeah.
set fire to the piano,
I get
and
that
it
feel.
was
No,
a
that's totally
memorable day.
understandable.
But it was a broken piano, and it was never gonna play again. So it was no great loss.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then, no,
But
down selling. Sorry, Ramon, I have to say this. You know, I always
Go
say
ahead.
this with the best of intentions. He's downplaying his dad. His dad is actually a hero, Dr. Bobby Dela Paz. Like, he is a recognized hero.
yeah, yeah, I've heard of Bobby De La Paz. Yeah,
Yeah, he used to have that painting on EDSA, right?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, hero. I don't know.
I
It
know you
depends if
don't
you
like
ask.
it. That's why I made
No,
disclaimer.
no, yeah, yeah, no. I mean, sure. Maybe the part where you serve the people is heroic in a sense, but he didn't have to die to become a hero,
True.
di ba?
That's true.
Kasi because if we say that it was because he died to become a hero, it wasn't the work that made you the hero. It was the dying. But the dying doesn't help anyone.
It
You're
doesn't.
right.
It doesn't. It
Agree.
doesn't.
100%.
Well, no, well, it depends who you ask. Some will use it as propaganda. Some will use it to push their own agenda. I'm very much against that.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, because
And
everybody has
now
their own agenda.
I'm curious, like now that you're, we're all adults, like, do you feel like
Oh no, no, you're talking only the two of you. I'm not.
no, but do you feel like in the way you live your life, is it more liberating now? Like wala nang internal struggle, or is there some form of, I don't know? Because with me, because I just, I mean, I think me and Snap are the same in that we're like we said this in the last episode. We're both recovering hedonists. You know what I mean?
Okay,
I
Recovery.
mean, we're trying to find that balance. I mean, we love having fun. It's not like we stop that, but we have to kind of like
sure.
pull the reins in a bit to not go
Why?
out of control. Because it gets out of
Well, yeah,
control.
yeah, yeah. Oh, you're right, right.
Gets out of control.
So what's your question?
I mean, do you feel that? Like, do you feel like you need to control it, or do you feel comfortable
Is there a
with the
push
Oh
and
way?
no, no,
pull?
no,
Is there
no,
a
no, no,
pushing
no,
and pulling inside?
no, no, no. I'm in much better control these days because I am able to choose who I hang out with, and and you just learn to moderate as you go along. So I mean, like some of my friends, they cannot have a lot of liquor in the house because they will drink it all.
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
have a
yeah,
big collection and not touch it for a few days, and it's just there.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
I
yeah,
can. No, let's put it this way: when some of my friends have their party favors and they know they cannot trust themselves, they let me keep it because I can keep it for a year. It won't get touched.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Is this a
But
cultivated sense of control? Like, did you have
uh,
to cultivate it?
not consciously. It
Parang as you
just
got older lang.
emerged.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
Choices
yeah.
lang. Choices na niya eh, di ba? So,
Yeah, yeah,
again,
yeah.
do what you want with whom you want when you want. So parang it's
exactly.
reached a point where his flow is so in sync now with that part of
Well,
his life.
well, I love food, so I might be eating more than I should because I am not able to lose as much weight as I want. But beyond that, there, I don't really have anything that I indulge into excess right now.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
In my mind,
Yeah, yeah. No, that's great,
I
man.
love that caveat. In my in the
no,
self
because
version of
everybody
reality.
else will have their own opinion. Maybe
Exactly,
they tell
right? That's
me
the part that's a
Yeah,
bit of a
yeah,
mind
yeah,
fuck.
I don't go to
yeah.
church enough, which is not at all. But
Same
it's not
here.
my
Parang
thing.
I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
got that from my sister yesterday in the dinner table. Oh, don't say anything, Nikki Daez. I
Ay,
see.
nako, yeah, yeah. No, but it's funny because like we all have a lot of friends who are very indulgent, and parang I was like telling
Maybe
them. I mean, no judgment, but like for me, kasi
no,
parang
none at all.
I like imposing like sort of like restrictions to myself, like parang
Sure,
every other day. That's you can smoke a bit. If not,
sure.
para lang you can. Kasi for me, mas masarap rin when you kind of have a bit more limitations rather than all
Uh,
day you're smoking or like
yeah,
drinking.
I mean, the brain was not designed to have, you know, too much of
Same
a good
similar.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that much pleasure.
So,
It's not healthy.
even if you could afford to dose yourself with whatever chemical you choose, there's a certain point the neurotransmitters will say there's no more. We
Wala
cannot give
na.
you any
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Wala ka nang nararamdaman.
Feeling niya.
No, well, no, but the body is still. being affected by the other physiological effects. And
Of
that's when you get
course.
into trouble.
Yeah.
Because let's say you depleted your serotonin, but you still want to go back to that place again.
Yeah.
You'll destroy your heart. You'll destroy your. You'll overheat.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we've seen that happen. So,
Yeah,
you
for
know.
sure.
Very true. Ramon, it's been a pleasure talking. Like I really loved
Sure.
your stories and your, like I said, your philosophy in life.
Totally,
And
man.
Right.
hopefully we get to hang out. We get to hang
Yeah,
out
man.
with you.
Thanks, Ramon. Salamat,
Sooner
brother.
rather than later.
Yeah, yeah. Si
You
Snap
just
lang
let me
naman yung
know.
maraming excuse eh.
Fuck you, man.
Yeah.
Ako lang
You
yung
know
go
the
lang eh.
restrictions on my life. Both of you know. I
You
live
know,
in a lab.
he's
I
very
live in a lab.
busy. Yeah.
You can spend a day, man. You can spend a day.
I'm,
You
I'm
see,
spending 3 days in Cagayan Valley tomorrow and to Thursday, and that's direct. Ano
Ramon just
na.
offered
That's
you to ride the plane with him.
I know. I know. We have to plan it. We have to plan it well para hindi siya
Oh yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah,
para
yeah,
it
Because
yeah.
doesn't
everything
become
has to
like
be.
a negative score, 'di ba?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It has to be
Sure.
positive para uh life experiences just are good
Yeah, yeah.
and
Of
there's
course,
no
of course,
negative
of
stuff.
course.
Ramon
Yeah.
doesn't
Well,
completely believe in all of it because he likes he's rando. He believes in the randomness of everything, which is also a
I mean,
version of
things are
reality.
not good or bad in themselves. Eh.
They're
So
not, that's
it's
true. I
just.
believe that. I believe that. I believe that.
I mean, I'm sure you know the story of the
Yeah,
farmer.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
With the horse, and then did you know that
Yeah,
story?
yeah, 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 yeah.
So the horse, he lost his horse. Oh, you're unfortunate you lost his horse. Tomorrow the horse comes back with a few wild horses. Oh, you're so lucky you got more horses. And the day after, the son takes care of the wild horses and gets kicked and gets crippled. Oh, you have bad luck because the horses. So and then he just keeps saying, yeah, we'll see. And then the day after, the R becomes, we're gonna get all the able-bodied men,
Yeah.
so the son got away.
Yep.
So what happens is not necessarily bad or good. You
You
don't
just
know if it
you
will be
don't
bad or
know. You
good.
don't know.
Just
Yeah.
Uh,
happening. It's
so
just
it's always
happening.
we'll see, we
We'll
will
see.
see,
We will see
or
talaga.
we will see.
No, I love that. I love that story. I think that's super true. You
It
gotta
is.
you gotta back up it. The big picture
Yeah.
talaga. Eh.
So when you get pissed off, you remind yourself of that story. Kasi so many things that we think are annoying, bad, later turns out to be
Yeah.
it leads to something that you might actually like.
Exactly. Exactly.
Very,
Mm.
very true.
Exactly. All right. That's
All
it.
right.
Remember that, kids. That story is super important. I think that's
Listen
It
and
is.
learn,
It is.
kids. Listen and learn.
listen and learn. Listen and learn. Thanks, Ramon. It was really
Yeah,
Thanks,
nice
thank you,
Ramon.
talking.
Mickey. Thank you, Snap.
Yeah,
I'm
thank you,
very
thank you.
honored to
Salamat.
be on here. No?
So much fun, so much fun.
Thanks for the
All
time,
right.
brother.
No problem.
Have a good night, man. Be
Good
safe.
Stay
night.
safe, stay
Yep.
safe there, Ramon. Ingat, ingat, bro.
Yeah, of course. Bye
See you,
bye.
bro. Bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Bye bye.